start close to the camera tonight, just in case someone pops in, so I have this waiting list on, but we'll start seated. So whether that is cross-legged or on a bolster, a block, your shin bones, doesn't so much matter the space, so long as you can have a nice tall spine and a grounded seat. Both live participants have very cute dogs in their laps right now. So. All right. You're welcome to close your eyes or let them steady in front of you. And just pay extra attention to what's connected to the floor. So again, whether it's your shins or your bottom. And not just connected to the floor, but connected to whatever surface you're on. So that whatever it is, it can be your support right now. You can actually feel your body resting into the earth. Allowing this symbolization of letting go, like we're passing over whatever we don't want to hold right now into the ground. And from that heavy seated space, can the rest of the body be really buoyant? So imagining the crown of the head really lifting up to the sky. So you have a lot of space between the bones and the spine, a lot of space between your heart and your navel, which translates into a lot of space for your lungs to expand and contract. So we'll let the breath do its job that it does so naturally, of inflating and deflating. And try to actually envision these big organs inside of your body. Every time you breathe in, you can visualize the lungs expanding, and in turn, it makes the diaphragm contract. And then on the opposite, as your diaphragm expands, the lungs start to contract and deflate. And we'll just let this really simple action of breathing steal the show right now. The only thing we need to consume ourselves with is the breath. Laying this foundation for all of our postures to be built on. Take about 3 more cycles here. One more of your most conscious inhales. One very long exhale. And it doesn't so much matter if your eyes are open or closed here. Let your chin just dangle down toward your chest. So let the back of the neck expand toward the sky. And then circle your right ear all the way over to the right shoulder. Put a little extra emphasis of that left shoulder stretching down toward the ground. You could even let your left fingertips reach out to the side if they're toward the floor. And then circle your chin back down toward your chest, and we'll head the opposite direction, left ear to the left shoulder. Reach down through the right shoulder head, and perhaps even let the right fingertips reach downward or onto the ground. And again, let your chin dangle down toward your chest. Keep your head heavy. Take your hands and interlace them behind the back of the head. And keep using your hands to give your head a really gentle tug downward. Tuck your elbows in toward each other. Let the elbows and the arm bones just be super heavy. And inhale, lift your head. You can keep the hands behind your head. Open your elbows wide. Press the head back into the hands and just expose your throat now. So feel the body nice and open. And as you exhale, round through the spine. Once again, take your elbows forward and down. Give your head just a very gentle tug downward. And then inhale, expand the elbows out wide. Puff your heart to the sky. Lean the head back into your hands. And then just straighten the spine so the hands can stay behind the head. As you breathe out, lean your right elbow over to the right, just opening up through the left side body, but challenge your left sit bone to stay grounded. And inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, take your left elbow over to the left. Just imagining your back is against a wall. You're not leaning too far forward or backward. Back to center as you breathe in. On the exhale, rotate your heart, your arms over to the right. So hands are still behind the head. Keep sending your right hip forward toward the front of the mat. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist your heart over to the left. And just trying to minimize any movement through the pelvis, through the hips. Come back through the center, take a breath in. On the exhale, round through the spine one more time, take your elbows forward. Inhale, come up just to a neutral spine, but let your elbows open. And exhale, lean over to the right. Inhale through the middle. Exhale to the left. Inhale through the center. Exhale, twist to the right. Again, breathe in through the middle. And exhale to the left. Inhale, come up to center, reach all 10 fingers straight up and overhead. Exhale, release the hands and circle them behind you, lace the fingers together. Send your knuckles downward, puff your chest up to the sky. And as your hands pull a little further away from your lower back, tilt your chin back down toward your chest. And just seeing if that changes what you feel through the front of the shoulders and the collarbone area. Raise your chin, release your hands, and we'll shift off whatever you're on, if you're on anything, scoot it to the side, and shift to tabletop. So we'll find hands and knees. If you're following along with that playlist, let's hit play on that first track. And on the hands and knees, make some big circles with your hips. So we'll just create a little movement through the low body here. All in the same direction here for a few times. And as you explore through the hips and the knees, the shoulders, the wrists, try to keep this grounded energy through the palms. We'll switch it around. We'll take the hips the opposite direction for a couple circles. As you steady yourself back to neutral, so right into a neutral table, take your elbows down to the ground. So elbows are right beneath the shoulder heads, and the hands can stay apart from each other as you step back to a forearm plank position. And stretch your heart forward, and at the same time, press your heels backward. So again, we're trying to iron out that front side of the body. And your eyes can steady right toward your thumbs, that space between your hands. And we're taking this right into a little heat building in this plank position. And we're trying to use the breath as steadily, as easily as when we were seated. So then the foundation for your pose. Let the lungs go to work here. We'll take 2 more cycles in your pose. 2 more in the plank. A deep breath in, chin is off the chest. And on the exhale, keep your arms there. Let your hips lower to the ground. Untuck the toes. Stretch the heart forward. Like think of your elbows pulling toward the back of the mat. And your hands trying to pull the ground toward you. Sphinx pose. Take your elbows out to the sides. Come down all the way to the chest. Tent your hands on the outsides of your mat. So this nice wide spider shape with the arms. Inhale, pick up the heart. Slide the shoulders out of the ears. Tops of the feet are grounded. Then dip the right shoulder forward. Look past your left. Inhale, come up to center. Switch it up. Exhale, left shoulder dips. Look past the right. Inhale through the center. And then exhale, release your chest all the way back down. Scoot the hands next to the chest now, right to cobra. Breathe in and peel your heart up and away. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go high. As you find this first down dog of our practice, paddle out through the legs. So you start to explore what's happening through the back of the ankles, and the calves, the hamstrings. And we're going to make our down dog stance a little shorter. So you can step your feet in about 3 or 4 more inches. It's okay if the knees are really bent here. We're reaching the right hand for the outside of your left leg, which might look like the ankle, the calf, the heel. And as you tug on that grip, look beneath your left arm. Just try to create that rotation through the upper spine. And then reroute your right palm and switch it up. Left hand reaches across. Look beneath the right arm. And then replace the left hand back to the front of your space. And wiggle your feet back a few more inches so you're back to that traditional down dog stance. Totally fine if your knees remain bent in down dog. Breathe in and look forward toward the front of your mat. Exhale, travel forward all the way to meet your hands. So take the feet to hip distance. Inhale, slide the hands to the shins, lengthen through the spine. Shoulder blades can come together. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Breathe in, sweep your arms overhead as you rise up. Dive down, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step backwards, high plank position. Shift forward, and as you hug your elbows in, lower slowly all the way down to meet your belly. Untuck the toes. Again, take the fingertips wide, tent the hands. Inhale, pick up the heart in this wide cobra. Stay lifted, exhale, dip the right shoulder forward, look past the left. Inhale, rise to center. Exhale, left shoulder forward, look past the right. Inhale to center. And exhale, take it all the way back down to the ground. Scoot the hands by your chest. Inhale, cobra, traditional Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, take your right leg skyward. Exhale, stack the hip, bend your knee and open up through that right side. And feel free to twirl out the ankle or make some circles with the hip. As you stare at your left toes, they're still pointing forward and your left heel sinking down. Inhale, straighten the right leg, square through the hip. Exhale, lightly step your right foot forward to meet your hands. Keep your left hand down. Inhale, lift your right arm up to the sky. Turn your right palm forward, stretch your arm all the way over your ear, and then release your hand right back down to the ground. Big step forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Arms overhead, inhale, rise up. Then right back down, exhale, hinge over your legs. Breathe in, halfway, lengthen things out. Exhale, plant the palms, step back with your opposite foot. Shift forward and lower down with control. We'll come all the way back down to the belly one more time. Same thing, fingertips tent wide. Inhale, pick up the heart. Exhale, right shoulder forward, look past the left. Inhale, center. Feet are grounded, exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, down to the ground. Hands by the chest, inhale, cobra, maybe up dog, so the legs lift, the shoulders shrug back, your arms get long. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in, lift your left leg high. Stack your hips, bend your knee, and open up through that left side. Again, any movement through the joints is welcome. And just checking that alignment of your right toes, pointing forward. Right heel heavy. Inhale, straighten the left leg, level through the hip. Exhale, lightly step it through. Right hand stays. Inhale, lift your left arm and twist. Turn your palm forward, stretch the arm all the way over your ear, and then release it all the way back down to the ground. Big step forward, front of your space. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold down. Breathe in as you rise up to stand. Exhale, place your hands together at your heart. Lean the weight into your right foot. Draw the left knee up toward your chest so it creates this 90-degree shape. And make the spine nice and long and tall, the crown of the head lifting up. This base right leg super alive. So we're not buckling into the leg, but rather rooting down through the sole of that right foot. And keep this left leg as it is. On the inhale, send your arms all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, turn your heart to the left, open your arms to a big T. That left leg stays. Come back to center, sweep your left arm up. Fingertips go high on the inhale. Same thing, exhale, twist your heart to the left, big open arms. Back to center, inhale, circle both arms up, face forward. Exhale, rotate to the left and hold. Take hold of this left knee with the right hand. And you might, we haven't done anything to open up this outer hip or IT, but if you'd like to lengthen through this leg, you feel comfortable heading there, feel free. Catching the outer edge of the foot. If you chose to lengthen the leg, rebend your knee. Inhale, both arms come back to the sky as you face forward. And exhale, lean the chest forward, slide your hands together at your heart and push your left heel to the back of the room. So we're just taking a glance at warrior three. Soften the right knee, step your left toes to the back of your mat. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up to the sky. High lunge. Exhale, lower your hands down to the ground. Keep the left hand there. Inhale, swing your right arm up into your twist again. Exhale, lower the right hand to the floor. Spin your left heel flat. You can put a block under that right hand if you want, and then raise your left arm up to the sky. Good. And then head right back down. Put your left hand on the floor. Raise the back heel. Inhale, lift your right arm up and twist. Exhale, release the hand. So we're just going back and forth. Side angle, grip the back heel flat. Inhale, lift your left arm. Exhale, lower the left hand. One more time. Inhale, right arm goes high. Rotate. Exhale, let it go. Back heel grounds. Inhale, lift the left arm. On the exhale, warrior two, rise up, maintaining that bend in the front knee. Arms to a big T. And your gaze steadying right past the right middle finger. We have focused eyes in our pose. I was thinking the other day about how I've been told sometimes that I'm hard to read, and I kind of blame it on yoga. Like even when we're here in a really tough pose, we're like trying to act like it's no big deal. Just breathing, not reacting. I think it's a positive. We'll maintain the shape of the legs just a little longer. As you face your right palm to the sky, inhale, reverse, stretch all the way up and back and open that right side body. Then exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the ground. This front right foot sweeps all the way up and back to the sky behind you. Keep it lifted. Walk your hands back to your left toes. So you're at the back of the mat in a standing split shape. It doesn't so much matter how high this right leg gets, because we're trying to keep the right hip square to the floor for now. Just stretch the heart a little further forward. Take an inhale like you're coming up to a halfway lift. Then exhale, fold down and look at your left ankle. You might consider holding it with your left hand. Maybe also your right hand. And tug up on that leg to create an even deeper fold here. Don't forget about that leg in the air. Slice that guy up. Wake up the toes. If you're holding that ankle, release your fingertips down. We're going to travel forward with the hands, but keep the right foot floating. In a one-legged plank, I guess. They always get it confused with the limbs. One-legged plank, that right leg is still in the air. Spin the outer edge of the left foot flat to the floor. Keep this right leg lifted. Inhale, thread your right arm up to the sky, opening up into this kind of star version of side plank. Your right ankle flexed, your chin off your chest, heart expanded. As you replace your right hand to the floor, spin to the left toes, maybe chaturanga. You can keep this right set of toes floating. And then they all touch down in up dog. And exhale, down dog. On a breath in, look forward at your hands. Exhale, step forward, hop all the way to meet them. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. We'll keep the feet hip width. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, slide the hands together at the heart. Lean the weight into your left foot. Tuck the right knee up toward the chest. So just balancing. All we have to focus on is breathing and anchoring down that left foot. Hold this posture. We'll add some movement to it. So steady eyes on the inhale, lift your arms all the way up. And then exhale, spin your heart to the right. Take your arms to a big T. Trying to keep both hip points heading forward. Inhale, scoop both arms up, face forward again, center through the eyes. Exhale, spin your heart to the right. Big open arms to a T. Scoop the right arm forward and up. Inhale, reach overhead. One more time. Exhale, rotate to the right and hold. Now the left hand can either grip the outside of this right knee or outer edge of the right foot to elongate the leg. Keep sending your left thigh bone backward, your heart upward. So with your legs straightened out, re-bend. Face forward, inhale, both arms lift up. Super slow transition. Take the hands to the heart. Lean your chest forward and kick your right heel backward. Just enough to require some focus to stay balanced. And then we'll let the right toes touch down to the floor behind you. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up to your high lunge. Once you're settled, take your hands down to the ground. Keep the right hand there. Inhale, lift your left arm, twist to the left. Exhale, lower the left hand. Spin the back heel flat. Inhale, lift the right arm, open up, side angle. Exhale, lower your palm. Switch it up, back to the twist. Inhale, rotate left. Exhale, release the hand. Back heel grounds. Inhale, lift the right arm. Keep pressing your left knee wide. Exhale, let it go. One more time to the twist. Breathe in. Breathe out, release. Back to side angle. Inhale, lift the right arm. Keep your legs. Exhale, lead with that right arm and rise up to warrior two. You might need to make this dance a little longer. Check out how the feet landed. We're seeking out that heel to arch. As you keep widening your left thigh bone, press your left heel toward the center of your mat. Just energetically. Think of how you hold your body when you feel really proud of something, you accomplish something, feel capable and strong. Think of that posture here in the upper body. You might feel a little more billowy through the chest. You might feel the crown of your head lift a little higher. Maybe even a softer expression in the face. Just because you can, sink a little bit deeper into that left knee and hold it. Flip your left palm up, inhale, reverse your warrior. Just stick and stay here for an extra breath. Exhale, wiggle your hands down to the ground. Kick your left leg all the way up to the sky behind you. Walk your hands back to meet your right toes. Standing split at the back of your space. For a second, peek back at your left toes in the air. See them and try to straighten out that left knee even more. And you might even see your quads start to flex and engage. And then draw the heart forward and look away from your toes. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold. Now we're looking at your right toes on the ground, your right ankle. Considering the balance, so you can hold your right ankle with your right hand. Maybe also your left hand. And then like you're kind of stretching the skin on that right ankle, pull your hands up energetically. See if that can fold you a little further. Shoulders out of the ears. Ooh, feel the dance moves on that right ankle. Okay, not in a rush, so if you're holding onto that ankle one hand at a time, release the fingertips down. Keep your left leg lifted, look forward and pad your hands all the way to the front of the space. Keep that left leg long and strong. We're in this one-legged plank. Feel my outer hips start to turn on to stabilize. Keep stretching the chest forward. And now we're spiraling to the outer edge of the right foot. Keep that left foot floating. Inhale, lift your left arm. Open up to this side plank. Vashisthasana. Big wide collarbones. You might even look up toward your left hand. Draw a breath. Exhale, lower the left hand, your choice. Add in that chaturanga, toes down or up. Breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Oh, 3 cycles of breath. Just let it infuse your body. Fully relax the head. And breathe in and look forward. Exhale, step forward, hop to the front. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold down. Take your feet to touch, bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose, raise your arms. Take your palms together at your heart, lean forward and twist to the right. So left elbow connects outside the right thigh. Keep leveling out through the knees, leveling out through the hips and the back. Now we're gonna press the weight into your right foot. As you inhale, unwind the torso, lift your left knee up, take your arms overhead. Exhale, rotate to the left. You might capture the knee or even just keep the arms wide. Come back to center. Inhale, both arms rise up. Exhale, feet together. Bend your knees, go back to that twist. Rotate to the right. Press into the right foot. Inhale, rise up. Take the left knee to the chest. Exhale, twist over to the left. Inhale through the center. Feet together, exhale, rotate to the right. Hold it here. Look down at the ground. Lean the weight to the right foot. Pull your left heel up toward your bottom so the knees stay together. Your right knee stays bent. Super steady eyes. Think of your left leg moving toward a warrior 3 leg. So kick back through the heel, flex through the ankle. Keep this twist. One more breath here. Keep the twist. Set your left toes to the very back of your space. Solid ground. Left hand comes down to the floor, still twisting to the right. Raise your right arm. Inhale. Exhale, lower the right hand. Spin the back heel flat. Inhale. Side angle, lift the left arm. Exhale, warrior 2. Come on up. Face your right palm to the sky. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground. Kick your right leg all the way up to the sky behind you. Walk your hands back to your left toes. This time, angle your left hand to the left. Take the right hand to the right hip. Open the hips. Stack the hips. Maybe you raise the right arm up. Half moon. And that right foot, it's alive, it's right up to the height of the hip. Firm legs. Inhale. Exhale, lower the right hand, square through your hips. Keep the right hand beneath your shoulder. Take the left hand to your left hip. And now stretch your heart further forward. Keep that length, rotate your heart to the left, and you might raise your left arm up to your twisted half moon. Keep pressing out of that right heel as you move the heart forward. As you breathe. Good. Steady breath in. Exhale, lower the left hand. This right leg stays lifted. Crawl your hands forward. Back to this one-legged plank. And now this time as you roll to the outer edge of the left foot, step the ball of the right foot behind you. Lift your hips, your heart, and reach your right arm forward. Let your inhale fill that whole front side of the body. As you exhale and flip over, your choice. We're heading to down dog. You could add in that single leg chaturanga, double leg chaturanga, or none. This time, just one inhale here to pause. Gaze forward, exhale, travel to the front. Inhale for length. Exhale, take your fold. Bend your knees, breathe in, rise up, chair pose. Take your hands together at your heart, lean forward, exhale, twist to the left. Holding an extra moment on this first round so that we can really ground into the right elbow. And zipper the legs together. And again, it's this left foot that stabilizes. As you unwind, inhale, rise up to balance. So take the right knee up to the chest, fingertips overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. Any twist we've done so far in our balance. And come forward on the inhale, both arms reach up. In one exhale, feet together, bend the knees, chair twist to the left. Rise back up, inhale, lift your arms, take your right knee skyward. Exhale, rotate right. Inhale, face front. Exhale, feet together, bend your knees, twist left. Final time, breathe in, rise up to balance. Exhale, rotate right. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, chair twist to the left. Hold here. Again, let the weight drift into the left foot. Keep the knees together. Just suction your right heel up toward your bottom. Stage one and breathe. Lift the chest and send it forward. And now simultaneously kick that right heel backwards. Lengthen the right leg. Hold the twist. Not holding the breath though. Let it be fluid. And not in a rush, so slowly and so lightly touch your right toes to the back of your mat. Put your right hand to the floor, inside of the foot. Inhale, lift your left arm and twist. Exhale, side angle. Lower the left hand, stamp the back heel. Breathe in, right arm goes high. Exhale, rise to warrior two. Face your left palm upwards. Inhale, reverse. Exhale your hands to the ground. Lift your left foot to the sky behind you and take that journey to the back of your space. Move the right hand off to the right. Take the left hand to the left hip and now stack the hips. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Lift the left arm. Flex the left ankle. And get broad through those collarbones again. So you look down to the ground, release the left hand, square your left hip bone, so all left toes point to the floor, and then take the right hand to the right hip. We're first getting longer, so stretch the right side of your body forward, and then rotate your heart to the right. Challenge your left leg to stay super alive, and you might raise the right arm over the shoulder. And your hips, they're going to want to pucker over to the right. So hug that outer right hip in, lift out of the right hip crease. Left inner thigh to the sky. Take a breath. Exhale, lower the right hand. Keep your left foot lifted. Crawl the hands forward. Hold in the single leg plank for a moment. As you roll to the outer edge of the right foot, the ball of the left foot lands behind you. Bend the left knee. Inhale, lift the hips and the heart. You could look toward your left thumb as you reach forward. Calculate your strategy, your transition on the exhale. Travel either through a chaturanga or back to down dog. Breathe in, look toward your hands. Exhale, step or hop to meet them. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, inhale, chair pose, lift your arms. Hands together at the heart, exhale, twist to the right. Now you could stay here. If you'd like to work toward a side crow, hips can come toward the heels. Plant your palms over to the right. Lean forward, so you have to dip the right shoulder down in order to lift the toes up. Yeah. Solid, gals. Really nice. We'll meet back in our twisted chair. Take a moment to breathe in. A moment to breathe out. Keep the twist, look down, step your left toes to the back of your mat. So now we're just in this twisted lunge. Inhale here. Look down, exhale the hands to the inside of the right foot. Quarter turn to the left, parallel the feet to one another. Drag the heart forward, inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, fold over the legs. We'll take the hands a little further back. And the shoulder heads up and out of the ears. Now look over toward your left toes and walk your right hand toward them. And so you might grip the calf, the ankle, the foot, your right elbow could come down to the ground. Your left hand, take it onto the left hip and twist your heart to the left. Now, if you want, the left fingertips could start to sneak their way toward your right inner thigh. And use the fingertips like you're trying to drag your right inner thigh to the front of your mat to counter this rotation that wants to happen in the hips. Slowly unravel the left arm, let the fingertips come onto the ground. Inhale, lengthen out through the spine, come partway up. Exhale, look at the right toes, and then take grip of that right leg with your left hand. It doesn't matter where. Take the right hand up to the right hip. And you'll feel this left hip wanting to buckle in, the right hip probably lifting up. I mean, that's normal and natural. And we're trying not to overdo that. So you could sneak the right hand over toward the left thigh. My shoulder won't do it on this side. Oh, bodies. But if your hands are toward that inner thigh, Use your fingers to coax your left thigh over, or imagine that you're doing that with your hand. And then release the right hand back down to the ground. Inhale, lengthen out through the spine one more time. Look to the front of your mat. Exhale, pivot forward. Lower your left knee onto the ground. Scoot your right leg all the way back. Hover it above the earth and put the hands right beneath the shoulders. Send your left arm forward, so we're balancing here in tabletop. Option to stay or grip the right foot with the left hand and send your toes straight up. So we're exposing this right thigh, reaching the heart forward. And if you have the toes, inhale, straighten through the arm and the leg. Exhale, release down, tabletop. Take your hands forward a couple inches, and we'll head right back to down dog. If you want to throw in a chaturanga there, you're certainly welcome to it. Inhale, look forward. Exhale again, step or hop, front of your space. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Connect your feet, bend your knees, inhale, chair pose. Take the hands to the heart, exhale, twist to the left. With the option to either stay put right here, or as you bend your knees further, let your hands lower to the ground to the left. So your right tricep, that upper arm bone, is your shelf for your legs. Zip the knees together. Look forward, way past the hands, and lean your nose down to the ground. So that like a teeter-totter, the more your head goes down, the more your feet go up. You maybe take a little nap in between. Oh, so good. So good. The falls are the best. It's your body definitely learning. We'll come back to that twisted chair. Spend a moment here, and as you lean into your left foot, step your right toes backwards, nice and light. Breathe in. Breathe out. Gaze down. Take your hands to the inside of your foot. Quarter spin over to the right. Parallel the feet. Stretch your heart forward. Inhaling. Exhale, fold. And so your choice, you can stay right here. You can take a twist again, a tripod headstand. You can place the hands behind your back. Tripods, make sure your elbows are hugging in, the shoulder heads are rising out of the ears. Your toes are alive. Good. Still breathing where you are. We'll take 2 more rounds of breath, wherever that is. If you need to exit something early, that's always fine. And all 10 fingers, all 10 toes, bring them back down to the ground. Inhale, come part way up, find your length. Look to the front of your space, exhale, pivot forward. Take your back knee to the ground. Swing your front left leg all the way back to hover above the earth. Yeah, hands right beneath the shoulders. Hug your low belly up and in to stabilize, and then we'll send the right arm forward first. Lift out of the left shoulder. And then you might bend the back knee and take hold with the right hand. And send your toes up to the sky. You have the toes. Inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the leg for a moment. Exhale, release down, tabletop. Take the hands onto your hips. We'll just come up for one camel pose. Tuck your toes under behind you. The feet and knees hip distance. And so the hands are the reminder to keep your pelvis neutral. Hug the elbows backwards. Inhale, lift the heart first. Then keep extending into that upper back as you lean backwards. Not been focusing a ton on creating extensions, so don't worry about going super far. Just enough to open the front body. Your head will be the last thing to rise as you inhale all the way up. Exhale, untuck the toes, sink backwards, and swing the legs around. So facing the front. Scoot to the center of your mat and come on down to your back. Give your knees a hug to your chest once you're there. And then put your left foot down on the ground and cross your right thigh over your left thigh. So we'll take our eagle legs for a twist. So arms out wide. Just bump your hips a little to the right as you lower your knees over to the left. Hang on to the legs with your left hand. A breath in. Unwind yourself all the way back to center. Even out your hips and switch the crossing of your legs. Bring your hips a little to the left as you lower your knees to the right. Take some really thoughtful breaths here as we start to slow the body down. Once again, inhale to return your body to center. As you even the hips and pelvis, take the soles of the feet together on the ground, so knees are wide. Hands can either rest on the thighs or on the torso, or even just on the ground. If your shoulders are feeling a little scrunchy by the ears, put a little space around the neck. We'll see how long we can make an entire breath cycle. So how long we can breathe in. You might even pause at the top, and then how much time we can take to breathe out, even pause at the bottom. So Give yourself one chance. Take your biggest cycle of the day. And after that cycle, let your breath just be natural. As your palms face the ceiling, scoot your legs forward and make yourself comfortable for our final resting pose. Yourself these very precious moments of stillness and of quiet and of rest. Stay here for just a few more seconds. Your breath infuses your body once again. Imagine that it could actually nourish you, and actually provide you the energy you need for the rest of your day, resources you need to handle your interactions and emotions. This deep reservoir that we can always tap into. And reawaken joints and your muscles, physical body. Bend your knees and make your way to one side. Whenever you're ready, up to your seat. Connect your hands at your heart, bow your head downward. Bowing in acknowledgement to yourself, to one another. This very generous practice that keeps on giving. With that, namaste. So I'm all excited because I'm going to start to be more intentional with my theming. And so I'm going to dedicate each month moving forward to a chakra. We'll move in order. So it'll just inspire sometimes really, really deeply our practices and sometimes a little on the fringe, but we're going to dive into root chakra next month. So I'll send it out in the newsletter. I'm going to stick with this Monday night because I'm really happy to see your faces. So yay for that. I'm going to move it just a little to 5:15. So I hope that still works. And if you need to chat a little earlier or something, you can. But okay, good. I'm glad to see some thumbs up. Awesome. That was my only bit of news. So yeah, I'll send my newsletter out, but I have the link now on the website. So if you guys need to sign up for future classes, you can. I'm gonna stop this recording.